Hi everyone, it's Rachel here from the Shades of Orange. I'm here to officially announce my participation in the middle grade May Readalong, which is hosted by Patti and Akoss. I'm going to link their channels down below. But this read-along takes place from May 4th until May 17th. Depending on how I'm doing, I might stretch it out and basically read middle grade the entire month of May. And I wanted to share with you today my TBR. The only book I don't have to show you is Hatchet by Gary Paulson. This book I'm still waiting on from the library, but it should show up in the next week or so. And that is about a young boy who gets stranded after a plane crash and has to survive in the wild. I never read this one in school, but I'm very curious to pick it up. A lot of my male friends really cite that book as being a book they read in school that they really enjoyed and kind of got them into reading, so I'm very curious to pick up that one. Everything else I have physical copies from my library or my own collection, so I'll just jump right in and show you what I got. One book is The Giver by Lois Lowry. I read this when I was a middle grader myself and absolutely loved it. The story blew me away. I haven't read it since then, but I did watch the movie that came out last year and really enjoyed it, so I am very excited to revisit the story. I also want to read Charlotte's Web by E.B. White, and this is quite a sad story, but I remember loving it growing up. I must have read it tens and tens of times. But this is a story about a pig who is, basically he's a farm animal, so he is expected to get slaughtered, but the other farm animals, in particular the spider that lives in the farm, come up with a scheme in order to make him very special so that he won't get killed. And just a really sweet story. I just have such good memories about this one, so again, looking forward to revisiting it. The next book I haven't actually read but really want to, and that is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgins Burnett. She also wrote A Little Princess, which I absolutely love, but I have never read this one and don't know a whole lot about it. I know it's about a young girl who finds a secret garden, but this is a book that I've owned for years now and just have never read, so this might be a really good month to finally pick it up and see what I think of the story. Now, from my library, I borrowed part of the collection of the Little House on the Prairie series, told by Laura Ingalls Wilder. These, of course, are these famous collection of stories about her experiences growing up in the pioneer days. I just love these stories growing up. I also watched all the TV show and just adored them, so I picked up a couple copies from the library. I'm still waiting for the very first book to come in. I think it's called Big House in the Woods. But I have the second book, Little House on the Prairie, and I also picked up Farmer's Boy, which is told from Laura's husband's perspective growing up. I don't think I've ever read this one. So looking forward to reading these. I forgot how much I loved pioneering stories. I cannot wait to reread these. And since it counts as middle grade, this seemed like a perfect time to put in a reread of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I've been meaning to reread the series forever. I wanted to reread it last year. I'm hoping to reread it this year, but I actually have to start and actually do that. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity to put the first one in my collection. I, of course, read them all growing up, but since the last 7th book came out, I have not reread the story at all, so very curious to do it. It's about time I went back and revisited the whole series, so hopefully this month. I also have a series that I loved growing up, and I don't think it counts quite as middle grade literature, but still so much fun. I would definitely give this book to a middle grader if they're looking for something to read, and that is the Artemis Fowl series by Ian Colfer. This is about a 12-year-old millionaire who is brilliant and also a criminal mastermind. And the first book starts off with him deciding to kidnap a fairy in order to get rich and basically hold that person for ransom. But these are not ordinary fairies, and things just go crazy from there. I think these books are so much fun, and I think these would be a great book to give to a reluctant reader because they're fun and action-packed. And especially for middle grade, I like that the main character is not this perfect boy. He's quite mean. He's a criminal. He is trying to hurt people and kidnap people, but I just thought these books were so well done. I have the 2nd and 3rd book in the series, and if I like them enough, I might actually go tracking down the rest of the series because I read these ones growing up and love them. Highly recommend picking them up if you haven't yet. Can't wait to reread them. I also have a couple more books in the library. One of them is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This is a book about a boy who has a some kind of deformity on his face and is going to regular school for the first time, and I believe it's all about fitting in, bullying. There's supposed to be a lot of humor to this book. I've heard amazing things about this book, and people say that you don't have to be a middle grader to enjoy this book. I cannot wait to pick this one up. This one is definitely getting read this month because I'm really excited to see it for myself. Now finally, I picked up a middle grade graphic novel, and that was Amulet by Akoss Akossiwa K. And this is about a family that goes to live in a very old ancient house, and it's got some magical properties around it, and the children basically get wrapped up in the story and have to figure out what's going on. I don't know too much about it. The artwork in the story is incredibly cute. I love that it's all full color, and I'm really looking forward to trying this out. It's part of a larger series, so if I enjoy this, I might pick up the rest of the series this month. But yeah, so those are all the middle grade books I currently have planned for the month of May. There's quite a few of them, but they're also quite short, so I'm very optimistic that I can get a lot of them done. I will likely also be reading some adult fiction on the side, but I'm going to leave that open. I don't want to decide now what I'm going to read, so I'll just kind of let myself go with whatever I'm feeling like at the time. Please leave comments down below if you've read any of these books, or let me know your favorite middle grade reads as a child, or something that you picked up as an adult that you think really appeals to adults as well as children. My TBR isn't fixed in stone, so if I'm able to get a copy of another book, I would definitely love to pick up a suggestion from someone else. Please join us in participating. I'll have links down below to the Twitter and the people who are hosting this readathon. I'm going to leave links to their videos down below so you can find out more about it, and please join us. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's always more fun reading in a group. Thanks so much for watching. Everyone have a great day. Okay, bye.